Alrighty, so we're trying out Lamek because he has been buffed and definitely changed up a little bit. He's definitely not as easy as he used to be. And I'm not exactly sure what my teammate is using, but I am going to be trying Estarossa because the whole thing with the boss now, after reading through his effects and everything like that, he gains a lot more buffs and bigger stats and stuff like that, depending on how many buffs are on the battlefield. So this is actually probably going to be a very bad thing, but we'll see how this goes. I'm definitely interested to see, because it is really interesting that the new Deanne works for this, but the problem I'm seeing is the fact that he has so many buffs on, so that could definitely be a big issue. Which obviously the Estarossa team isn't really the greatest option either, because, you know, obviously you might not have the character, maybe you're not summoning on the new banner and everything like that, or maybe you just don't have all of these characters powered up or whatever. I'm just kind of testing at the moment, so we'll see how the counter does a little bit here. Okay, he's taking a decent amount of damage. It does end up putting more darkness stacks on him, which is good, but that is also an issue. If you get him below 60% HP, he puts on the healing card, which can be definitely troublesome there. I guess we're just going to try to get as many stacks on him as I can. Melee doing really good damage. The problem is, the first time that I tried this, we got to the last phase and everything was going fine, and then he just, if you're not absolutely destroying him in the, you know, the first turn or so, he really does heal up a ton of his HP back. So that's probably going to be an issue, I would imagine. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not exactly sure. But the counter giving extra darkness stacks is actually pretty good. Looks like he's got Freyr's ultimate as well, which could be really good. Hopefully we can use that going into the next phase to really get off some good damage. It seems like Estarossa's really not that great for this, which he's tied to disadvantage. I'm not really sure what the best option here is, because I was just using the gimmicky team where you can use Scotty to debuff herself, and then you have Thonar in the back, and then you use Margaret to cleanse the debuff, so that way Thonar's passive activates. But that wasn't working quite so well either, because of all of the buffs and everything. So I'm just not too sure on what the best option is, because it's definitely a toss-up. Let's try to get rid of some of these lesser cards, because I'm hoping his melee will kill here, and we'll see what ults we have in hand and what big damage cards we have, and then hopefully we can kill. Which we're using mono blue, which is all type disadvantage, which is not great. Alright, we'll have 2 ults in hand. He has Freyr's ult. I'm not sure what level his Freyr is, but if you have any team suggestions, I definitely want to hear them, because this thing is definitely a lot different than I remember it being. Alright, so he's got a 4/6 Freyr, I think. So he's going basically all in, which I think you basically have to if you want to get through this phase. Ooh, yeah, really good damage there. If you have a high-level Freyr, that's obviously going to do really good. Really not too much. I think the demon team is a mistake. Yeah, honestly not too good. Let's see what his melee does. 242 is not too bad. He actually does kill here. Nice. Okay, definitely an interesting run. Let me mess around with my team a little bit. We'll see if we can find a better setup, because honestly, you might just need to start running this on a lower difficulty if you really want to get it done, because extreme seems pretty tough. Alright, we're gonna be running double Deanne this time. I know it's not anything super crazy compared to what we just did, because he was running 1 Deanne. I'm interested to see how much tankier he maybe is, because there's so many more buffs on the field. So that might be kind of interesting. I think I'm just going to try to follow his lead Let's see how it goes. Because his Freyr is definitely a lot more built up than mine is, as far as like ult level goes. So I'm interested. I think having Freyr and Diane is good because they're both type advantage. But ooh, mine's actually doing pretty good damage. Okay, and then we should kill here. Very nice. We're actually having to do quite a bit of damage to get through his HP. But then again, I think we're increasing his basic stats by quite a lot. So the fact that we're doing that on top of still like able to win and beat through him is kind of impressive, if I'm being honest. This might be going a little too fast. We might end up stalling for a turn here and losing Diane's buffs, unfortunately, if we don't kill, which I don't know if we will or not. Depends on Melee's damage, really. Could kill, maybe. All right, we do kill. Okay. I have Melee card in hand. We can get one more buff. Does he have his ultimate? I'm not sure. He might be one ultimate move gauge away. He does not have his ultimate. Okay, so let's go for as many buffs as we can get. He has extra melee cards, which is really good. It's definitely what you want, I think. I don't know. This is running just like OG Demon would, I guess, because this is the OG Demon sort of team. I think this might be like best case scenario if you have other people with Diane. Obviously that's not ideal because not everybody summoned on Diane. I wouldn't blame you if you skipped that manner because it was not great. But yeah, I think that was definitely like a really fast, easy clear. So yeah, I don't know what they're wanting you to use for this. Obviously not buff characters, but the rest of the sort of like units that you would need, like all of the really heavy hitting characters nowadays use buffs. So I don't quite know. Alrighty, so just out of curiosity, I want to see how this one is going to go. So I'm running Sariel, Festival Diane, and Freyr because they are all red units. And then I have Death Pierce in the back, who's probably not the greatest. But I'm also running with Volumes AI, which I think could be interesting. But I wanted to go for as little buffs as possible. I don't think his team deals any buffs at all, which means that we should be good on not increasing his basic stats. So you can see, even with us not doing nearly as much like big numbers, we're still doing quite a big like amount of his HP bar because he's not, you know, buffed up nearly as much. So that's definitely a good thing. I'm a little scared because I know that Freyr does end up putting on buffs at some point, so that could potentially be an issue. I want to try and I mean, there's not really anything I can do about it. Hopefully it doesn't increase the basic stats too much, but I think this is probably the way to go, like just using whatever red characters you have in your arsenal that don't deal with buffs as much as possible, because that's going to definitely help you do more damage or get more HP down without having to without him being super buff. So that is definitely a very interesting approach that they've taken here. So we get debuffed here. He's gaining a decent amount of HP back, which is kind of concerning. Not exactly sure what I want to do here. I want to save the ults for the last phase if possible. Surprisingly, he's actually doing pretty good damage. Like even with just like the small, like you can see he's not doing like huge damage numbers like we were in the last match, but we're still getting a lot of HP down, which is good. That didn't do too much. I think if I would have used maybe the Sariel card instead of the taunt or something like that, we might have killed there. Decent Sariel cards in hand this time. Ooh, he has 2 ults, which is very unfortunate because I think the AI is going to try to use both of them here. So hopefully one kills and then the other gets saved. So we shall see. Hopefully, yeah, he has, I mean, his mono's maxed out. So let's go ahead and get rid of this maybe. Get rid of this, and we'll get rid of this. We'll see how Sariel's cards do. And hope for the best. Alright, does kill 140k, is not bad at all. Still have Lilia's ult for the next phase, which is good. I think this is definitely what you want to do. This is probably, like, this is a little bit more maybe affordable. Like, you don't have to use these two characters, of course. I know that it might look a little bad with these two characters. But you know, you can just use whatever characters you have that synergize well with each other that don't use buffs is what you want to use. So that actually did not good. So this last phase I just feel like is a lot tankier, because this is the problem that I had with the first run that we did, or that I originally tried, was that I just wasn't dealing nearly as much damage in the last phase, which seems to be a pretty common occurrence. 534, almost killed with Sariel ult. Sariel's definitely a good unit for this. My Freyr's pretty weak on ult level, so I'm not sure how good this is gonna do. Depends on how much HP he sort of gains here. Ooh, that one's quite a bit. And he's putting up the rejuvenate, which is not good. We have Roxy ult. Ooh, only 1/6 as well. I hate to like compare it on ult levels and everything, but this is, you really have to do a lot of damage in one turn, or else he's gonna like regen so much. So definitely save your ults for the last phase if possible. Not looking good. Plus he's got his attack related stats buff up at this point. I don't think the Sariel AoEs are really going to be that great either. Boom. That was okay. Second hit's obviously not good because it's a 1/6 ult. We're getting him so close, but I just can't finish the job, which is very unfortunate. We have single targets now, which will hopefully be better. If I could get Deanne to get some ult level. Oh my god, that's so much. Holy. Actually, the corrosion did good there. I wonder if status effects would be like a really good way to like tick his HP back down. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're just not doing nearly as much. I need to get Sariel's ult again if possible. Yeah, sorry. I mean, Freyr's doing okay. He does better in the first two phases for sure, but you definitely have to save what you have for this last phase. Roxy's down. Very not good. I think we might end up losing here. So that is kind of a big rip. I think I just needed to push more ults going into this phase, unfortunately, because I think he's going to kill, yeah, Lilia here. Whatever he uses here is probably, oh, he's gonna use the rejuvenate card. Okay. I don't have ult, which is really bad, so I don't know what to do. Maybe that. Yeah, we're doing such little damage at this point. Which maybe I just need to inspect him. I'm not sure exactly what's changed for this phase, but I mean, something has definitely made a difference. That was pretty decent damage. It's a lot. Okay, full heal. Corrosion's pretty decent. Alrighty, one ult, our ult. Hopefully this kills. Ooh, that was not good. Such little damage there too. Which we have buffs on us now too. Ooh, 600k, we're so close. Nice, okay. Well, that's a win. I don't know. This is tough, honestly, very tough. Like a lot worse than it used to be for sure. So if you have any interesting teams or anything that you think would be good for this, definitely let me know. I don't see any other, like, he has all of the same passives and everything. He just has maybe more HP for sure. I mean, he has 544k HP. This is an amplify card. Rejuvenate is nothing crazy. This makes bleed. This moves poison. Disables recovery skills. I don't see what's actually making him so much tankier in this last phase. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm not too sure. If you know anything that I don't, I guess there's a couple of team options for you. Obviously not super free to play friendly and everything. Would definitely recommend lowering the difficulty if you don't think that you could do it on that on the hardest one, because that last phase is just really rough. So sorry it couldn't be a little bit more, you know, free to play friendly. But if you guys give me some good suggestions and everything like that in the comments, I'll definitely try to make another video showing off teams that actually work out really good, because I'll try them out as much as I can, but you only get 3 of these a day. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are using. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching.